By thanking all of you for being here. I would like all of you that have your phone, please turn it off. Appreciate it. We don't want things going off while we're having this forum. But on behalf of the Board of Trustees and everyone here at Cerritos College, we're very, very happy that you're here as process of a new president for Cerritos College, and we're all very, very happy that you're here and participating in that effort. We have with us today, this afternoon, Dr. Rajen Vurdien, who is the president of Fullerton College, and he will be speaking in a little bit. We have about an hour, so we need to be able to get through some questions and give you an opportunity to ask yours. We're going to begin with a candidate providing some opening remarks, about 3 to 5 minutes. We will also have, in order to facilitate the beginning of this meeting, and come on in, the chairs up here. We have 3 questions that we prepared, and I will be asking the questions one at a time and giving the opportunity for the candidate to answer the questions and then go forward. In front of you, there are some 3x5 cards, and if any of you want to ask a question, please fill it out. We have monitors up and about that will get those cards or bring them up here to me, and as I get them, I will try to get to them. There's also some forms that were given to you as you came in. I believe they're green. I see them in front of you. Those are forms that you can fill out to provide any input that you wish to share with the Board of Trustees. Those will be collected and given to the board unedited by anyone. So with that, I'd like you to give a Cerritos welcome to the president of Fullerton College, Dr. Rajen Vurdien. Opening remarks.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to meet with you today. Well, you all know my name. You heard my name is Rajen Vurdien, and I'm pretty sure that some of you or many of you have Googled me to find out more about me, that you know I was one of the candidates that you will be meeting today. Well, you know I come from a very small island, the island of Mauritius, and the island has a lot in common with the United States. The island was a colony of the British. When I was born, it was still a British colony, and became independent when I was 18 years old. The island is so far away from everything that we had no idea what the whole world would look like. And it's a small place, 28 miles, 38 miles wide. But one thing that we cherished on the island is education. And this is what has enabled me to come to Cerritos College today and be taking part in this forum. I have always believed in education. My parents believed in education. They pushed me to work hard, to study hard. And I want to be an inspiration to the students, because when I look at what students go through and when I share my own stories with students, they do understand that the power of education is really something that we cannot describe, because with a good education, everything is possible. And what I want to bring to Cerritos College is that passion and that love that I have to inspire and motivate students to achieve their best. I want our students to work hard, and I want them to be inspired and motivated, because they are the future leaders of this country. And unless we have a literate, highly educated workforce, this country will no longer, the United States will no longer hold that prominent position that it holds in the world today. We need to be able to maintain this leadership in the world of education, in the world of the sciences, in almost everything in this world, and this is only possible through education. And again, I thank you for the opportunity for me to come here and answer your questions so that you can get to know me better.
Thank you. Our first question is, what are some points in your background and experience that are of special value to you as the president of Cerritos College? What strengths do you bring to this position and to our college?
Well, I have been in the community colleges full time since 1998 when I moved to California from New York. And in California, I have worked in 3 different community college districts. I worked at Long Beach City College, Saddleback College, and now I am at Fullerton College. This is my 5th year at Fullerton College. I started as a faculty member. I went from there to become program director, chair, dean, vice president, and currently president of Fullerton College. I will bring to Cerritos College that experience that I have had. I understand what goes on in a college. I understand what goes on in a classroom. I understand how curriculum is prepared and written. I understand student services. I understand what goes on in the business field. So I will bring that expertise with me when I come to Cerritos College. If you look at my background, I have been very successful as a dean. I was very successful as a vice president. And at Fullerton College, I will say that I have been a very successful president at Fullerton College. Over the past 3-4 years, Fullerton College has led the nation in growth, #1 in growth, by more than 24% from 11-12 to 12-13, more than 16% from 12-13 to 13-14, and currently we're standing at about 9.5% growth. We've increased our graduation rate by more than 16%. This past year, we gave in more than 1,950 degrees and certificates. We were ranked #1 in California for the number of transfers, Latino transfers to the CSU system 2 years ago. Last year, we increased by more than 150 transfers of Latinos to the CSU system. And nationwide, although Fullerton College has only a population of 51% of Latino students, Fullerton College nationwide ranked 25th in the number of degrees awarded to Latino students. So we have done a wonderful job, and I was part of the team. I was able to work with my staff to empower them to be creative and innovative. I give people the freedom to do what they are skilled at doing. And I intend to bring this to Cerritos College. If I do get the opportunity to be the president of Fullerton College, I will bring the same passion that I have displayed in all the various institutions that I have worked. I will bring that kind of knowledge, the know-how that I have, to help move Cerritos College, which is already a premier institution in the state of California, to help make that college an even greater institution.
Next question. As the new president of Cerritos College, how would you get to know and communicate with students, faculty, staff, managers, and facilitate trust through the practice of participatory governance?
Well, communication involves listening. No one can claim to be a great communicator. No one can claim that they can earn the trust of other people without the ability to listen to people. That is something that I do very well. I listen to people. I make it a point to walk around campus and talk to people and listen to what people have to say. And based on that, I work with people. To communicate with people, to earn the trust of people, you have to be able to have some kind of a policy where people get to meet with you. I hold forums on a very regular basis. Every month, every third Monday of the month, I hold a forum where everybody is invited. Faculty, staff, students, everybody comes to the forum, and I listen to what people have to say. I answer questions. I share information. And I also get feedback on what is happening at the college. That's one thing that I believe in passionately. I have a President's Weekly that goes out every Monday, where information about what is happening at the college is shared with everybody. Every Thursday, I send a letter to the board explaining everything that the college has done, that has taken place at the college during that week. And I also send my own very own calendar, what I will be doing the following week, the people that I will be meeting with, to the board, so that the board is kept appraised of what is happening at the college and what the chief executive officer of the institution is doing. I hold regular meetings with the faculty senate executive team, with the classified senate executive team, with the associated student body executive team. I meet with them on a regular basis. At least every 2 weeks I meet with them, so that I can understand what is happening in the various areas of the college. I attend the dean's cabinet, not the whole meeting, but I just stop by every time they have their meeting, so that I can listen to a little bit about what they're discussing with the vice president for instruction, and also to say hi to people. You will see me on campus on a regular basis. I mean, I would be walking around, I would be talking to people. I do believe that an administrator, a chief executive officer, needs to be somebody that is approachable to the community, somebody that doesn't just give orders, but somebody that is out there, somebody that is talking to people, that understands people. That's the type of president that I think I am. I would listen to people, I would be out there, I would talk to people and understand what is going on. I do believe also in the communication also involves communicating with the various municipalities that work with this college. There are more than 10 cities that work with Cerritos College. And I do believe that it is important to communicate with the cities. I will visit all those cities, and you will see me at city council meetings and so on from time to time. That's one thing that I did when I got to Fullerton College. I went to all the city council meetings. I attended there, I introduced myself, I talked to people. There are I believe there are 4 or 5 school districts that work with Cerritos College. I will be meeting regularly with the principals and the superintendents. I hold a principals and superintendents luncheon once every semester, because I do believe that we need to be able to establish that kind of relationship with the schools, because those schools will be providing the students that will be coming to the college. And if we can establish that kind of relationship, if we can establish that kind of communication with the schools, we will have better students coming. I have worked with the faculty so that our faculty will meet with the faculty of the school district, so that we can do a much better work in what we are doing. And those are some of the things that I will be doing to establish the communications on campus.
What have you done in your current and previous positions to promote and support excellence in teaching and learning and student services programs that lead to student success?
As I was mentioning earlier on, I mean, I have established those programs with the high schools. I have met with the principals and the superintendents so that the administrators and the faculty of the college would be meeting with the high school administration to see how we can enhance student success. Out of the conversations that we've had, we have started offering courses, counseling courses in the high schools that serve currently Fullerton College. We have more than 40 counseling courses that we offer in the schools. Out of those counseling courses, the students have an opportunity to be oriented as to what they will be doing at college. They have an opportunity to establish their educational plan. That in itself gives the students that will be coming to college an advantage over those who have not had that opportunity. Out of those conversations, we have also found that it would be beneficial if students would be taking the placement test in their junior year. We currently offer more than 800 tests. That was 2 years ago. We had more than 800 students that tested in the high schools. And what we have done, those students who do not place in college math and college English, our faculty have worked with the faculty in the high school districts to establish some kind of articulation in the courses that the students would be taking in their senior year. And those students who completed those classes in English and math successfully with a grade of C or better, they would bypass the non-college classes. They will go straight into college English and college math. That has significantly improved the success of our students. We all know that statewide, about 80% of high school graduates who take placement tests do not place in college math. Close to 70% of high school graduates who take placement tests in English do not place in college English. But that approach of working with the schools and having them take the test in their junior year and then go through the special classes in the high schools in their senior year have enabled them to go straight into college-level English and college-level math. We've worked into accelerated courses for English and math. Every single year since I've been at Fullerton College, I have worked with the Vice President of Administrative Services to make at least $75,000 available for staff development. Because I do believe an administration, my administration believes that it is important that professional development opportunities are available to faculty and staff. We want our instructors, we want our teachers to be on the cutting edge of everything. We want them to be able to attend conferences, to see the best practices that other schools are using. We want them to be able to relate with faculty from other colleges and universities. We want them to network with their colleagues so that they can come back refreshed with greater ideas to improve student success. We have greatly expanded our academic support services to provide more support services to our students. We have expanded our transfer program significantly. We've grown that program by more than 500% so that we can better mentor our students. Those are some. We've even increased our what we call the first-year experience. We've increased that program. We've grown that program from about 400 students to more than 2,000 students. Those are some of the things that I have done I've helped work with my administration to establish at the college so that we could increase student success.
Thank you, Raj. We have quite a few questions, so it's been requested that you try to keep them to a minute or two in terms of your response. We have a first question is really 4 questions. Let's get to the first one. Please describe your experience with and your assessment of the issues facing CTE programs. If hired here, what would your plans and goals be for those programs? Then the same question, transfer, child development, sabbatical leaves.
Okay. Well, let's go to the CTE program. I've always believed in CTE programs. I mean, Fullerton College, 3 years ago, we opened 2 brand new buildings for the career technical education. We call them the technology and engineering buildings. We opened 2 brand new buildings. We have a state-of-the-art welding lab. we have most of the programs that Cerritos College has, we do have them also over there. We have the only printing program in Southern California, the type of printing where we get all kinds of donations from the printing industry. But what I want to say is that I believe so much in CTE that this year, as for the past 3 years or 4 years or so, we've always had 2 or 3 instructors, new instructors being hired in CTE. This year we have almost 8 instructors hired in CTE. I mean, just to show you the type of commitment that we've made towards CTE. When we were renovating the building, I approached the board. I made a strong case to have additional money given, and I was able to secure more than $1.8 million to increase the number of stations in the welding lab. We have a brand new automotive program, and this year we also have a cosmetology program, and Cerritos, I know, has that program. We will be hiring 3 new faculty members in cosmetology. 3 new full-time faculty members in cosmetology. As a matter of fact, Fullerton College will be hiring 44 new faculty this year. The second part of that question was about sabbaticals.
The same approach for sabbaticals.
Okay.
And transfer, child development, and sabbaticals.
Okay. Sabbaticals, every year we have given sabbaticals. We have not, how would I say that, even when we were having, we were having budget problems and so on, we still gave sabbaticals. This year, yesterday, the board of trustees approved 7 sabbaticals for Fullerton College. My understanding is, because I was looking at the 7 and I knew there were only 7 requests, I mean, almost everybody who applied for a sabbatical was given a sabbatical. I do believe that it is important for faculty members to have an opportunity after, I believe it's about 6 or 7 years that you've been in that position, that I do believe that it is important that faculty members have an opportunity to rejuvenate, to refresh their knowledge of their subject, and also to have an opportunity to do whatever it is important for them to do so that they can work on their curriculum or do research in their specific areas, and then they can come back and inspire and motivate their students. The Child Development Center, we will be building a brand new Child Development Center at the college. And that program is a successful program. We have students that come from the community. We have the children of our students who attend the program. We also have staff children in the program. And it is a very successful program, and we will continue maintaining it, and I believe that it is important that we have those programs on campus, because that allows us also to provide an additional service to the community. And transfer is something that is very important. That's one of the mission of the community colleges, just as career technical education is also a mission of the community colleges. Transfer is one of the other missions of the colleges. Now, the state is looking at 4-year degrees, and we all know that 15 of the programs were approved, but then 1 was dropped. We have only 14 programs now, but the Cal State system has opposed several of those programs, and they're only favoring 9 programs right now to have to continue with bachelor's degrees. But the point I'm trying to make is that transfer is very important, because if you do not transfer to a 4-year college, you will not earn a bachelor's degree. So I do believe in that, and I have made it a highlight of my presidency to see that the college where I am be in the top 2 or 3 in the number of students we transfer to the CSUs and the UCs in California. So
the next few years can once again be challenging for Cerritos College, with Proposition 30 sunsetting at the end of 2016 and the college's follow-up with accreditation. How can you assure the students and the campus community that we can trust you leading our school at a critical time for our college and not leave for another campus?
well, not leave for another campus. I have, if you look at my resume, you will find that I have not been, I've appeared about 6 years at almost every place I've been at. Okay. It was 6 years at Long Beach, 6 years at Saddleback, and now this is my 5th year at Fullerton College. Cerritos College is looking for a superintendent president. And I have started right from the bottom as faculty member. I've worked my way to the top. I have made sure that I have mastered the area for which I'm responsible before I've made the next move. Now, why am I leaving Fullerton College now to come to apply for this position at Cerritos College? As mentioned, I mean, Cerritos College is looking for a president, and I have been a president in a multi-college district. This is my 5th year. And the next step for me, what we call professional growth, would be to be a president in a single college district or a chancellor in a multi-college district. That would be either one would be the next level for me for professional growth. And that is one of the reasons that I am doing. That's why I'm leaving. I'm not leaving, but that's why I am applying for that position, for professional growth. And would I be leaving Cerritos College? Probably not, because Cerritos College is a great college, and I will have reached, at that point, the highest level that I can reach in my profession. Since I started at the very bottom, and I'm so close to reaching that next step, that's why I'm doing that. And I know that Cerritos College is a great college. I taught here. I mentioned that to you earlier on. I taught here in 98 and 99. I taught English here, I taught reading here, and I taught ESL here. And so I believe that's the answer I give for this question.
How involved are you, or have you been, with the Associated Student Organization at Fullerton College, and what have you done to support them on external issues such as statewide legislation, as Dr. Lacey has done here?
I meet with the Associated Student Executive Committee. Every 2 weeks I meet with the committee. And I have, on campus, I have worked very hard for the dreamers, what we call the dream team students. I have made it very clear for the students that Fullerton College is a safe campus, so that they do not have to fear about anything. I have worked with the students to make sure that whatever it is that is required for the student body to function the right way is being done to support them. I have advocated for them at various venues to support what students are doing. And I will continue doing that for our students, for the Cerritos College students.
We have 3 questions that are similar, much like the last question, but it's why are you leaving Fullerton? Where else have you applied for a presidency? And there's 2 others that are very similar that I don't have to read.
Okay. Well, I think I answered the first question about why I'm leaving Fullerton. I mean, I enjoy Fullerton College very much. Don't get me wrong that something bad is happening to me or anything like that, you know. But where else have I applied? I was a finalist at Coast Community College District. I mean, I'll tell you that. I did not get the job. And that was also, it would have been for me the same type of move. Okay, just professional growth. That's the next level at which I can go. Right.
There's an issue with safety at Cerritos College on this campus. How would you address this problem?
What kind of safety are we talking about? I mean, is that a safety of a student being safe on campus? Is it a safe campus?
Anybody want to elaborate? There.
Yes, Ms.
Girls were being, well, they weren't, how do I express it? Girls weren't in restroom stalls, and we had, peeping toms looking around, and there were people, with their phones out, their iPhones, and their phones were grabbed from their hands, and,
Okay. Well, I deal with those problems on a regular basis. And I work very closely with campus safety and also with the city police department to make sure that we provide services to accompany students from classes, especially in the evening, from their classrooms to their cars. We have to make sure that the campus is well lit and that we have enough officers on campus to provide the type of safety. And the other thing that we have to do is we need to hold forums on campus to share with our students all those services and programs that are available to students. Very often we think we know what is available, and we think that students know what is available. We think that everybody reads everything that is in every manual that we have on campus. But very often that is not the case. And currently at the college, at Fullerton College, I am holding safety forums so that students can know what is available and how we want them to be protected. And anytime there is an issue like this, we send alerts, safety alerts, to all the students so that they do know that there are certain things happening and that they need to be very vigilant. Because, I mean, Cerritos College is an urban campus. I mean, there are access points to the college from everywhere. And it's the same thing where I am at Fullerton College, exactly the same thing. I mean, people will come in and you do not know who the people are that are on campus. But it is important that we keep everybody informed, and it is important that we send out notices and alerts to students. We should, under no circumstances, hide from students, faculty, and staff if anything like this is happening. It is very important that people know it, because we want people to be vigilant.
If given a 30% reserve, how would you utilize that funding?
If given a 30%
Reserve.
and I'm just going to spend it?
I'm just reading the question.
Well, of course, I mean, let's say I'm being told to spend the 30%. I mean, it's not I will be spending that money. Every school has a strategic plan. Every school has a mission. The strategic plan is related to that mission. And that strategic plan has goals, has objectives, has actionable items that have been developed by the college as it working together as a team with faculty, the faculty senate, staff, the classified senate, with everybody working together, the various divisions, have created that strategic plan for the college. And those goals and objectives have been prioritized. And that's how whatever spending we do will have to be predicated upon that plan. No one should come and say, oh, I got 30% of that, and I'm going to spend this by doing this, this, and this. It doesn't work like this. We will not be showing good stewardship of public funds if we were to do that. We need to make sure that we have plans that have outcomes that can be measured, that those plans get assessed on a regular basis, depending on what the process is at Cerritos College. What is the plan? How often is it assessed? It should be assessed every year. The outcomes need to be reviewed. Why have they been met, or why have they not been met, and what it is that we need to be doing more. And that is how that money is going to be spent. It will be based on what is in that plan.
There's a lack of advertisement of student resources on this campus. How would you, as president of Cerritos College, make these resources more known on the campus that will greatly benefit the student body?
Well, we have to. We have a public relations office on campus. We have that office will be working very hard to make sure that news releases go out on a weekly basis, maybe every Monday, every Tuesday, whatever it is, but at least weekly there will be news releases where that information will be passed. The various vice presidents working with their deans and directors will be getting that information out to the various areas. The faculty will be involved in that. I mean, there are many committees on campus, and faculty members and all the representatives on those committees will get that information out. And I think it is important, as I said, the president will be holding those meetings at least once a month or more often if that is necessary, to make sure that the information gets out and that students know what is available, and everybody knows what is available.
What is your experience with continuing education and non-credit programs? How do you envision these programs supporting student success?
Continuing education is part of the mission of the community colleges of California. And when I was at Saddleback College, we had a huge community education program, as well as what we call an Emeritus Institute for lifelong learning. At Fullerton College, we don't have a similar program because the North Orange County Community College District has a special school that deals with continuing education. It's called the School of Continuing Education. But what we continue in doing is we need to be able to provide an opportunity for everybody to be able to continue their learning. And that is something that I will be working very hard to make sure that we provide that service to the community, with the community education programs.
What skills or experience do you have in repairing a fractured educational community?
When we say a fractured educational community, that can mean many things. But what is important for us to be able to do is to be able to bring people together around a common goal. If there is a fracture, the main fracture in an educational institution is that students are not succeeding. So what can we do if students are not succeeding? We need to be able to bring all the constituent groups together and all move in that same direction to secure that common goal, which is student success. I have done that with the examples I gave you earlier on. I have done that very well at Fullerton College. I have shown you how the college has grown considerably, being #1 for almost 3 years in a row, with the success rates going up, the number of graduates going up, the number of diplomas awarded going up. So I have a very strong background in working in institutions where we have been able to achieve that kind of success.
How would you help voice the concerns of the campus at the Board of Trustees meetings?
Well, as the president superintendent, that person is the only person that reports directly to the board. And that person is a liaison between the college and the board. The board will set policy, and that policy passes through the college president, who then works with his team and faculty and staff to implement that policy. And it is the president's responsibility to make sure that the board is informed of what is happening and what will be happening at the college. The president is solely responsible for getting that message across to the board. The president has to be able to work with the various groups on campus to establish the strategic plan and the goals of the college based on the mission of the college, the vision of the college, and the policies that have been established by the Board of Trustees. And the Board of Trustees would represent the electorate, the various electors that live in the district and that support the college. So the president will be the point person that will be informing the board and getting that message across and making sure that the college is successful.
Are there any workshops you've done in the past that you believe would be good at Cerritos College?
I have done a lot of workshops. Only 2 weeks ago, I was invited by the statewide academic senate to present at their accreditation workshop. So I was on 2 of the panels. I presented 2 of them, and one of them was how to work with boards, unions, and other constituent groups of the college. And then the other workshop that I presented at was your college is on warning. What do you do now? So those were two of the workshops that I presented at. That was only 2 weeks ago. I have presented at workshops on diversity. I have presented on workshops on student success. I've done a lot of presentations and workshops, and I have attended a lot of workshops myself.
What changes are you planning to bring to Cerritos College besides transfer rates, and how do you plan on implementing them?
What was the first part of the question again, please?
What changes are you planning to bring to Cerritos College besides transfer rates? How do you plan on implementing them?
It would be very foolish on my part to say that I'm coming to Cerritos College to bring change. Change doesn't happen with one person saying, I want to change this. Now, you can say anything you want. You can say you're going to change anything you want. If the people who work with you do not support that change and do not believe in that change, there will be no change at all. Change can only happen through a shared vision and through the strategic plan that the college has. If there are things that need to be changed, they would come up through that strategic plan. The role of the president is to work with all the constituent groups on campus to study the areas that need to be improved, enhanced, or if you say changed, and based on that strategic plan and the goals and the various things on that plan, that's how you're going to be implementing that change. No single person can come in and say, oh, let's change this.
You've touched on this a little bit, but can you describe your management style, keeping in mind shared governance?
I mentioned earlier on, my management style is mostly geared towards the common good. I bring people together around a common good so that we can all succeed. And in an educational institution, that common good is student success. I do strongly believe in it, and my style is geared towards that. I would work with people. I would empower the people I work with. I let them be creative and innovative so that the whole institution can benefit from that.
We have a very robust child development center. We have just remodeled the center. What has been your previous experience with child development centers, and do you support them? Have you ever established these centers in your previous colleges?
I have always supported the child development centers. When I was vice president at Saddleback College, we had a very flourishing program. Fullerton College has a very flourishing program in child development. And I have, as a matter of fact, we are hiring right now one full-time faculty member in the Child Development Center. So that's the type of support that I bring there. I mean, if I did not support that program, there would be no hire in the program. But I do support the program. And as a matter of fact, we're also looking at now at expanding that program. We are working with China right now. We have a group in China that is interested in working with us, where there will be an exchange of students coming from China into our child development program so that they can receive the type of training that we provide around here.
Describe a change you specifically have led and how you work with those groups that were resistant to change.
Okay, when we worked with high schools, that was not an easy thing to do. Because earlier on, I think there was one question that said, well, why don't you just do the change? I mean, what change would you bring, right? You can't just bring the change. When we started working with the high schools and offering classes in the high schools, we could have done it one way that would have been a total failure, because I've seen it fail in other schools where it was done that way, where you have administration going in and establishing a partnership without faculty members, without the faculty senate involved in the program being established. when we were approached, when we started working with the school districts, and we knew that the way to do it was to offer classes in the school districts, I made it a point that my administration understood that if we are going to have a successful program, we will need to have faculty working together with us to make that program successful. And what I did is, in my meetings with the executive committee of the Senate, we talked about it. Then I personally took that to the faculty Senate to talk about it. And the Senate debated it. And they listened, and they finally voted on it, and we got that to happen. And now that it happened, it became very successful because it went through the shared governance process of the college. One of the constituent groups of the college, the faculty senate, that is responsible for curriculum and teaching, supported it because we went to them and we worked with them after what we've seen happen in other places where they did not do that, where they just thought that, well, if we were to do it, it's at the purview of this group to do it, we just do it, and then everybody else would fall on board. It doesn't work like that. So that was an example of where I was very successful by just bringing it out in the open, make it a very transparent process, and take it to the Senate.
Cerritos is undertaking an ambitious building project to create a new arts complex. Please share your views on the role of college art, music, and theater programs, and future programs can assume in local and regional cultural life.
Any institution of higher learning has to be an institution that offers a broad array of programs and courses. The fine arts, the performing arts are as crucial to the success of any institution of higher learning as are athletics, debating, and anything else that is important to college. But you have to have a wide range of programs. In the master plan for Fullerton College, we made it very clear that we will be building a brand new performing arts center that would include a brand new theater, and we will also have a brand new music center. You can go and check the master plan. It is online, and you will see that we have that on our plan. We just passed a bond. Fullerton College passed a bond. North Orange County passed a bond for $574 million. And we intend to leverage that money in such a way that there will be close to $1 billion worth of construction going in North Orange County. And within the next 10 years, if you were to visit the Fullerton College campus, you will see a brand new theater, a brand new performing arts center, and a brand new music center on the campus of that college. And I support those programs to the extent that Fullerton College has one of the biggest music programs in the state of California right now. And that includes four-year colleges as well. You know. And we have on our campus, starting in the next 3 weeks or so, this program will start. We have the High School Theater Festival. We have the High School Music Festival, the High School Jazz Festival. We have an artist in residence that visits our campus every year. And right now, this past 2 weeks, we've been having on the campus, we have an artist in residence by the name of Thomas Campbell. And every year we have an artist in residence. So I do believe in the arts, and I think they're important for the success of any college.
Last question. Again, safety is a huge priority here at Cerritos College. Is there an actual platform that you have, especially towards nighttime students and near parking lot areas?
If we know that this is a problem at night and the problem occurs by parking lots, it is very important, as I mentioned earlier on, that we send those alerts to everybody so that people know to be vigilant. It is important that we work with our students and with our staff to make them become vigilant and know what to do. It is important that we have lighting everywhere in our parking lot so that people can see. And it is also very important that we have campus safety officers highly visible on campus for people to feel protected, and not only feel protected, but for people to be protected on campus. And I take the safety of the students very, very carefully and very seriously.
Thank you very much. What about a closing comment now?
Well, I believe in the mission of community colleges. When the United States created community colleges in the 1890s, it was something that had never happened in the whole world. Whereas Europe and the Far East have had universities dating back to the 10th century. Those universities and institutions of higher learning were for an elite class of citizens. The United States understood that the future of the world resides on a citizenry that is highly educated, and that education should be made available to everybody. And the community colleges were created to make education available to everyone. I sincerely believe that it is our mission to help our students achieve their dream of going to school, of earning a degree and be successful citizens. I understand that perfectly because I myself have benefited from those programs. There was no way for me to go even to high school, to 7th grade, if I did not have a scholarship. Because when I was growing up, education was free only up to 6th grade. That was the end of it. To go on beyond that, your parents have to be wealthy or you need to get a scholarship. And that was possible for me because I studied hard and I understand what our students go through. And I believe in the mission of what the community colleges are doing. Cerritos College is a wonderful school that has helped this area develop economically and intellectually. The students of Cerritos College transfer to any schools they want to transfer. The number of students that transfer from Cerritos College to the UCs and the CSUs is extremely high. Cerritos College ranked in the top 25 institutions in the nation when it comes to degrees awarded to Hispanic students. The number of students that earn their degrees here is extremely high. And I do believe that the future of Cerritos College is bright. You have the bond measure that was passed, and you have all the new buildings that are going on campus. You have a motivated faculty and staff and students. And we can only, from now on, we know that what is going to happen is that this college will continue to provide the best education to the students of the greater Los Angeles area and to California. And I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to meet with you today. And thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vurdien. Thank you for being here with us today. I also want to thank all of you for participating. The Board of Trustees of Cerritos College appreciates you participating in this process. If you want to submit your forms, please do so. You can also go on SurveyMonkey on the website. So thank you very much for being here, and have a good afternoon.